Our hearts and prayers go out to both the family and officer involved in this situation.
An emotional pause tonight after an officer is shot in the line of duty today in Oregon City, the suspected shooter killed by police. Welcome to KOIN News 6 at 11 o'clock on this Sunday night. I'm Cor Harlan. It's been a somber night for Oregon City Police as one of their officers is shot during a response to a house fire this afternoon. This developing story takes us to a home on Lynn Avenue in Oregon City. That is where the first shots rang out at around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Our reporter Joel Iwanaga has the latest.
At first, neighbors reported smoke billowing from a house. Moments later, flames swallowed the home. And then just after 1 o'clock this afternoon, 4 gunshots ring out. Listen to this. An Oregon City police officer is shot in the line of duty. He is taken by life flight to Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center. Tonight, his condition is still not being released.
Our hearts and prayers go out to both the family and officer involved in this situation.
And then an emotional pause from fellow officers who put this entire Oregon City neighborhood in lockdown. After Clackamas County fire crews headed to this house fire, they were told there was a man with a gun.
I have my 2 grandkids with me, and yes, they kept calling me on the phone and telling me to stay low and keep the kids on the floor.
Pam Laird says the suspect, her neighbor, was an elderly man who tried to get into her home after the flames erupted.
He tried to pound in on my back door. He pounded about 4 big pounds on the back door, shaking the whole wall. And that's what startled me the most. And that's when I noticed his house was on fire. And then I called 911 right away.
Minutes later, Laird's neighbor was shot and killed by officers. Clackamas County fire crews were forced to let the home burn to the ground because of this armed suspect. In the meantime, as detectives gathered evidence on scene tonight, you could see the emotion on their faces. All thoughts, all prayers are with their colleague, fighting for his life in the hospital tonight, a fellow officer shot in the line of duty. We're back live in the Oregon City neighborhood here off Lynn Avenue. Somber mood tonight, very emotional as thoughts and prayers are with that officer and his family there at Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center. In the meantime, Lynn Avenue still blocked off. We are told it could last, this roadblock here, for the next 24 hours as homicide, or actually detectives, are looking to gather evidence and such. Reporting live here in Oregon City, I'm Joel Iwanaga, KOIN 6 News. Cor, will send it back to you.
Joel, thanks very much. 6 News reporter Brent Weisberg, who was at Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center earlier this evening when the officer arrived by life flight.
Cor, good evening. All afternoon and into the evening tonight, we have seen officers from across the metro show up here at the hospital's ER. They are here to support this officer, his family, and his friends. Tonight, the hospital says they are not planning to release any information. Take a look at these pictures. They show the life flight helicopter landing around 3 o'clock this afternoon. I was here watching the situation unfold. I could see the ER staff waiting for the helicopter to shut down as once it landed. As soon as that happened, about 6 or 7 nurses and a doctor rushed over to open the helicopter's door. I could see a nurse actually jump on the gurney and start performing CPR. The nurses then ran into the ER. A spokesperson with the hospital says they will not release any information on the officer's condition. We know that the officers inside are doing everything from helping with security and, of course, just being there for each other during this difficult time. Again, the identity of the Oregon City police officer who was wounded this afternoon has not been released, and the hospital says they do not plan to release any information, likely until tomorrow. Reporting in North Portland at Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center, I'm Brent Weisberg, KOIN 6 News.
This is not the first time an officer of the law has been shot in the line of duty in Clackamas County. You remember back in 2003, 10 years ago now almost, a gunman shot Clackamas County Sheriff Sergeant Damon Coates at point-blank range, partially paralyzing him to this very day. The shooter, Nick Exera, was just 15 years old when the shooting happened. He was sentenced to 20 years at the Oregon State Hospital. He was transferred to a mental health facility in Pendleton this past September. We're following this story on air and online. We will, of course, have any new developments as they materialize here on this newscast tonight. Go to our website overnight at KOIN.com for updates there, and tune in to News Now at 4:30 tomorrow morning for any new developments overnight in the Oregon City officer-involved shooting.